rather, per Jangers and Wallhangers Media Network presentation. And, of course, start your sleigh bells because welcome to Lugnutz.
Your sleigh bells may be ringing, but Mustangs are getting a little bit of markup. We're going to talk about that and more. Welcome, Gearheads. Alpha's got a new car. It's exciting. We have an all-new electric 3 Series. It's bigger and longer. Who do you think they got that for? What cute Buick could have been. Lancia returns to its rally roots and more.
Play on Mustang, drive on Lugnutz.
Drive on Lugnutz, indeed. Right on over here to pjandwh.com, where you will find the very funny and luggy nutty moments right up top, as well as last week's Lugnutz podcast, Bono's Sierra Prime underwhelming battery. You'll find Big Brother, as well as spontaneously myself, right over here at Walljanger Gaming.
You might see him on Sundays.
Maybe in the future, you might see him.
We're trying to get him to also show up on Sundays.
I want to get back into the Old Republic and really keep going in on that. There was some good views on the YouTube, so there is some people who want to see it. So obviously, I want to keep going with it. It's a great game. And you're chugging along solidly with the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yep. Started on the third part. Overall, it is a very good game. And, go through the first one, it's worth it for, like, the payoffs of the third one.
Yeah, but even the second one is kind of like, it's almost like the Godfather series.
It's a really good game.
But the third one's actually good. It's just the ending.
I played them all every which way.
Up, down, and sideways. But we will also see this first story,
which is all about the Mustang. They're going to get a price increase from about $1,000, $2,000, some up to about $3,000 price increase, depending on the options. But there are more price increases. Dealers have been caught inflating the price of Mustangs because they're so sought after for up to $10,000. So watch yourself.
I mean, it's also the available inventory and what they have available to sell.
Because of the pandemic, most companies have been raising prices because of chips and inflation.
Yeah, man.
In fact, they delayed the new Lincoln Navigator and Explorer till 2024 in the Mexican factory just so they can keep producing these Mustangs because they're that popular.
I mean, it's a nice-looking car. I mean, the rims could be something better, but
I've seen worse. It's got a nice color blue there, I suppose.
Overall, the car looks great. My only minor nitpick is the rims, but that's probably trim level, specific.
I imagine it's Ford. That's just the ones in the photo.
It's just they have 5 others.
Check the price before you go to buy a car is my advice.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this time,
because you don't want to get that extra $10,000 dealer lining his pockets.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
but we have a colon in the next story. They put a colon. You can mute the...
It's a lot of shit.
You can mute the video and play that. This is a 360 walk-around of the E:'N SUV concept car. This is shown at the Guangzhou Auto Show in China.
This looks like one of the concept vehicles they had in the picture from last week.
It looks like it's made of
going around it.
Painted cardboard. No one touch it. It doesn't look...
No, don't blow. No blowing in that direction.
They did notice this is going to be the first in what they call the E:'N series.
I just feel like it's a whole bunch of, like, the wheels and rims are the most, real thing about this.
Those rims are
concept.
something else. You're going to get an EN SUV, an EN GT, and an EN Coupe, all in China. You'll see them within the next 5 years.
Meanwhile, there's a
very,
Wawa crate in the fucking driver's seat.
This is very futuristic, I'll call it.
It is nice
angular. It
Very
looks
angular.
like it's from the DeLorean line of car design, because it's very...
I don't want that to be the future. If it's
in China.
that sharp, angular look, I don't think that looks good, you know?
This is for China.
Yeah, but
So
even still, I mean, I feel that Chinese
it's
people
different.
deserve something better than that.
It's different and it stands out. I like this one because it stands out.
So does wearing a dinosaur outfit when you go to the grocery store, but that doesn't mean you should do it every day.
Well, how about we talk about Alpha?
I would love to. Or I might not. We'll have to see. Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo is going to start an all-new car. It will be a Giuliotto. The sedan. Giulia? Sedan, but it will be an all-electric car.
I don't know. I'm not a linguist.
I'm not Italian. That's why I can't say it. I'm from here, which is not where the car will be produced. This car will be built on their STLA platform, the large platform from the Stellantis company. So they do have high hopes for the car. They say they would like to do amazing things like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds and have a range of 500 miles. It's nice that they're really setting their sights for the stars, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
I mean,
just-
500 miles. Even Elon isn't at
Like,
that, even
wow.
with his new
No,
batteries.
I think he's beyond that.
Oh,
He's
beyond the
yes.
stars.
Elon has gone beyond the rest of us mere mortals. He does not need for companies or stock or
Where we're going, we won't
property
need roads.
or whatever. But you may need this next story because it's great. Mazda's doing a wonderful thing. They're taking pre-orders for hand control cars. This is our photo. They're taking reservations. For those of you who don't know, people who are disabled in a certain way can't enjoy the majesty of a nice drive like the rest of us. Because if you can't operate your feet, you can't really
Makes sense.
use the car, and you need hand controls. So Mazda's starting pre-orders. They should be delivered. The MX-30 SUVs will be in the car, and they should be ready by January. Hand controls will be there, along with a seat that can snap in place for regular drivers, regularly able drivers, as the article says.
Okay.
And the regular foot controls will also work as well in case they'd like to let someone else drive it.
Really like the suicide rear door.
It's a nice looking SUV.
I feel like it should have been standard in more cars like before now. You know?
Yeah, well, especially for those, a little extra room in the back for the
With the small
crossover things.
SUVs, why not do that? It just makes sense. You've been doing it with the trucks for years, having that little pop out, John. Why has that taken so long to hit the small crossover SUV market? You know,
Because the
That's a smart
strength,
play.
it's a weak point.
yeah.
You need to do the door in such a way that to develop technology like in this next story.
It might even be a dream.
It's a dream. Have you been dreaming of a Yaris? I know you have. Scroll down beyond
God,
the
I
annoying
hope
ad.
nobody's been dreaming of a Yaris.
We can stay on this photo. Ah, there it is. I knew those ads were coming. I was pausing so he could edit around the ad.
And what is
The Yaris. Mira was the first car that Toyota did with the hydrogen. Mira was Toyota's electric car, which was charged using hydrogen fuel cells. They began to experiment with hydrogen combustion engines in 2017. And in May, Toyota sent the Corolla to the 24-hour endurance race, where it racked up 930 miles on hydrogen power.
It's impressive.
It is impressive. Which they're going to use FECIV.
I'm sorry?
Yes. Hydrogen-powered fuel cell electric vehicle.
FECIV!
Yes, FECIV is the word they're going for.
All right.
Hydrogen doesn't provide direct power to the wheels. Instead, the fuel acts like generators by forcing hydrogen and oxygen to chemically react, producing only electricity and water. No tailpipe pollution.
Wow.
Onboard battery stores electricity, much like modern battery electric vehicles, except you can fill up in minutes and then just go.
Wow.
So it's like
It's
better
using-
version of a battery car.
So
a
if
hybrid
I'm
or
understanding this correctly, it is using the chemical reaction of the hydrogen and the oxygen
something.
to charge the battery
Combined with magic.
to move the car.
Yeah.
And
Well, that just
electric
creates-
motors go.
That just creates the electricity, and those are put to the electric motors,
Yeah.
and it goes from there.
And then you have regenerative
It's basically-
braking
yeah,
and all
all
the
that.
other hybrid technologies. So essentially,
Whatever they want to add.
hydrogen electric hybrid.
Although the Yaris here is an almost zero emissions vehicle, it produces carbon dioxide and other gases that may or may not be released.
But it's
That was a section by a lawyer.
a step in the right direction.
It is. I think it's a fantastic step in that direction.
Especially when everybody is so focused on electric. Nobody was even thinking about hydrogen electric. Even,
That's why
everybody.
endurance races like Le Mans and all that, they really do matter, especially in the car market. You got to test them, and you got to test them somewhere. So let's test them in the world of rally. But what's BMW doing?
BMW i3 sedan.
The i3 has been released. The all new, or has been published. The information in China, the government, they published it to the government. The i3, the eDrive 35L is what they're calling it. And it has an i3 badge on it. They restyled the front end. I guess that's what they tell me.
It looks like a BMW.
They've also gave it a
looking at
longer wheelbase because this one will start in the largest motor market in the world, China. It has a single motor rear wheel drive based version with 335 horsepower and a top speed of 112 miles an hour.
I mean, look, it still has that BMW front end, but
Yeah.
it still looks different enough.
It's nice to know this is the first electric vehicle they're putting on in the market.
Yeah.
It's a great place to put it on in the market.
Especially the 3
There's
Series.
a lot of people over there.
3 Series, everybody sees as like that intro BMW. Like, yeah.
3 Series
is
is a great car.
And it is. And, I mean, all of the BMWs are great. I just never got used to their shifter. I just always found it weird.
You know what I found weird? This next story. Why you wouldn't go with that? Like, look at this. Look at it. Ready? No. Scroll down. Look at it. Ooh. Tell me that's not the sexiest thing you've ever seen.
Is that a concept for the Mako for Mass Effect? Or
That is a concept car. It was a Buick released in 2016. Rear wheel drive, a Vista coupe.
I'm sorry, my headphones are broken. It sounded like you said it sounded like you said Buick.
I know, Buick. Who
Wow.
wouldn't want a Buick like this?
Wow.
It's sexy. It's sleek.
It looks like it's about to star in its own Pixar movie.
Seriously, it's supposed to talk and walk around. I'm expecting it to be like what is it, Kirby, the love bug? who
Fucking
moved?
Santa Claus. So
Seriously.
Seth Rogen is going to hop out of that bitch. Like,
This is what Buick could have been giving you. Instead,
Oh.
you know.
You could.
I mean, that thing is fantastic all
Yeah.
over. Look at those wheels. I mean, everything about this is sleek, sexy, wonderful. And this is what they released on GM released as what we could have done, but we gave you some other shit instead.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Let's talk about multiple colors and where you can't find them in this next story. So, have you ordered your Cybertruck yet? Holy crud, it's ugly.
No, but
Well, you can get it in any color as long as it's stainless steel exoskeleton. That's it. That's the color. And it cannot be painted over very well. It's really hard to paint over, apparently.
And don't continuously throw marbles at the windshield, at the side glass.
Yeah, why would you? Okay. Why would I do that? Why would I buy a car and throw
Metallic marbles at that. Ball
yeah,
bearings.
It was the.
Let's just keep throwing ball bearings at this windshield.
Yeah, that's amazing because we were
glass.
throwing ball bearings before and it worked fine. Yeah, well,
Yeah, no way.
that's why.
And when you shot a gun at it, it broke. Really? Come on.
Well,
We know you're watching.
oh, you hope. I hope too, but in case you're with the Cybertruck and you might want a lunch, Peugeot and Whirlpool have something cooked up.
I'm sorry. I just have to I got to hover on this a little bit of how ugly this is. But
It's very ugly.
if it was offered, let's say that is offered at 10 grand, are you buying it?
No,
10
I
grand.
don't have 10 grand.
I mean, finance 10 grand. It's going to be
I have a car.
$50.
I have a very good-looking Mazda.
$50 a month. You
somewhere.
have a Cyber truck.
Somewhere.
It's that truck. You always, and who doesn't need a truck? You got a
don't-
Cyber truck.
I work mental health. I don't need a truck.
Truck anything, and all the mental health you want is trucked right in the back there.
They provide vehicles that I'm to drive.
This one is Cyber.
Right. How about we talk about Peugeot and their need for kitchens?
Sure.
Peugeot has a desperate need for kitchens.
I'm going to
Dun,
be
dun, dun.
right alongside with Peugeot on this one. I mean, who doesn't need a kitchen?
But if you need a display kitchen, Peugeot has got something for you. Stellantis and Whirlpool have crafted this new concept, and they've been doing a tour with it.
It's dope as fuck.
It is a mobile kitchen or
Yeah.
food truck, as they're calling it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It does have, they mentioned, the W6 and W7 combined steamer, which is a thing apparently.
I mean, you know,
It
being able
has-
to steam stuff.
It does have large fold-out countertops.
Probably some outlets you can plug shit in.
It was just on a 20-city tour, training 72 sessions with more than 500 salespeople all about
I don't.
this food truck.
I don't
that
think
you could have coming
500.
to a display near you.
I don't think 500 salespeople could fit in there.
No. They trained 500 salespeople to sell it.
Oh, all on one? That's impressive.
Probably not. They moved to 20 different cities.
Okay.
I spelled city wrong, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna get Rally in this next story.
You sure you don't want to talk about the kitchen again?
No. If you remember, Lancia has been known to be for their rally. Rally here, rally there. Lancia love to rally, and they're returning to rally with the Delta. They're going to join the World Rally in the KCG Motorsports, the World Rallycross inaugural electric vehicle championship season. Lancia Delta Evo E It is an all-wheel drive setup that has two motors that make 671 blistering horsepower and 649 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
If you're lucky and a rally fan, you could get run over by this car. That's what they want, right?
Yeah, it's every rally car's dream, just be run
Every
over.
rally car fan's dream to get hit by the car.
He got run over by number 47 on that race. Like, what? 47? Are you serious?
It has an acceleration of 0 to 62 miles to an hour in 1.8 seconds.
Nice.
14 cars will be competing for this season. They will be making a limited run in Europe. It has a 124-mile range, 671 horsepower, 649 torques.
I find it impressive that they are going the e-market on racing, and I think it is the future.
It's
you know?
nice to see.
I think in this market that you're going to be limiting the combustion engines, that it's important you replace that with the e-market.
No, it's important you replace
all
the
over
motorsport. Yes, the motorsport is what's important.
Because not only the money, but the fans themselves will eventually
think of all the people who
appreciate.
want to get run over by their favorite race car driver.
And they'll appreciate, like,
I might
NASCAR,
be missing something
F1, E-Indy, everything.
Oh, yeah.
If they keep that
Electric is the way
up,
to go.
You just have nothing but promise in the future. You can still keep these motorsports in the future and clean the environment, which is what people want, I guess. I don't know. And to be run over by their favorite racing driver. That's the main important
It looks
thing
like
that
an
we wanna
awesome
take
car.
care
I hope they do well.
of. Oh, yeah.
I want to see the rally continue. We haven't had rally for a while.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean,
Nice to know rally's coming back next year.
dude, when you see those rally drivers and you have the guy in the cockpit, first off, you would not want me being your guy reading off directions in the cockpit. We would be fucked and
We're gonna
wrapped around a
crash.
tree. Yeah, that's my first thought. Wrapped around a tree. You're gonna want to need somebody better than me as your direction.
You should be able to
guy.
set up a computer program with like an algorithm based on the speed and the GPS location. The computer left,
Yeah.
this, right, now, left, here.
I mean, yeah, especially
Left,
now.
right, straight. Good
can just-
job, pal.
Can't you just pop on your Waze when you're rally
I
racing?
don't think Waze is covered in rally.
They should. Waze rally. And then you could have like different voices as your fucking person giving you, like, you could have like Captain Picard giving you, make it so. Slight left on the right.
Yeah. You can take Waze and record your own voice for each of the turns, left turn, right turn. But it won't say the cities.
Right turn, Walljanger.
Like, because if you leave the standard voice, it'll say what's on the sign.
Man, that'd be dope.
But
Yeah.
you'd have to record all the syllables that you say.
I would like that, like,
would be a
dragonfly
while.
thing, voice to text thing back in the 90s.
They're probably still a company.
God, I hope not.
And if you want to call us, you can go over here to pjandwh.com, where we love to hear from you. Please write
contact us
Tell
right
us
over
all
here.
about your automotive cars, fantasies, projects. Love to talk about it.
If you have a podcast, just hop on over here and let us know. Do you want to be a guest on the Triforce podcast or Lugnutz Podcast? This is where you're going to pop on over your request. Just like, I don't know, multiple people that have done and future people that you will see on. And, of course, you will always find the funniest and luggy-nutty moments right up here at the top of pjandwh.com. But this is none other than a infamous, long, drawn-out goodbye. Because it doesn't matter if you drive a Ford or a Ferrari. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang! Drive on!
Drive on, indeed.
Play on my time.